Warning, don't listen if it's a podcast you want. This is a Chumcast. Just your basic gabfest among chums. A little news, some entertainment, an annoying opinion or two, and, if you're lucky, maybe even a chuckle.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
So it's time to buckle up. Whetstone Entertainment, in association with Is Chill Productions, presents Don't Listen, a basic Chumcast. And here are your hosts, Big Red and the Shebs.
Remember, everyone, just don't be yourselves.
It's showtime.
Go time.
Fire it up, Big Red.
All right. It is the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red. He is the Shebs. And we got breaking news.
We got breaking news?
We got breaking news.
So soon?
Take cover.
All right. I'm hanging tight.
The studio that we're in today
Yes.
is the Belmont Iceland.
Ooh, we got changed to the Belmont Iceland?
Dude, that has just been completely destroyed. Like, I had no idea that place was so huge because they took 2 minutes to knock that place down and 5 years to put up like a 90,000 foot tower to the moon for, I don't even know how many people are going to get housed in there.
I haven't been down there lately. But
You got to go. Old County Road.
It closed like in 2015, 16, something like that, back in the day.
Yeah, but I had no idea that the property was so huge. And we had so many good times there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just one of the places when you're growing up on the peninsula as a kid, especially in Belmont, San Carlos, Redwood City, San Mateo, Belmont Iceland, man, birthday parties, right? It's either going to be bowling or there was years where it was going to be bowling, or you're going to go to ice rink, right? And then Fashion Island opened up; they got their rink going there, so a little competition there. But yeah.
The one that was at Fashion Island was very corporate. Like, that was very clean, very corporate, built around a food court. Like, when you went to the Belmont Iceland, that was all about, like, real ice skaters.
And the problem was, when you're a kid, you kept falling down. And then every time they would, like, clean the ice, put the fresh water down, and then they open it up before all the water froze.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd, like, fall, and you just get all wet.
I love that.
Oh, my God, you start freezing.
I love that. The wetter I got, the better it was. I remember, do you remember we went to high school with Lori Maston?
Yeah.
Dude, she was like freaking Dorothy Hamill down there. Every time we go down there, Lori Masson would be doing spins and twirls and what's her name? The Asian girl.
The Asian girl
who was
Christy Yamaguchi.
Christy Yamaguchi. She was doing Christy Yamaguchi before Yamaguchi.
I remember. Well, I remember I went to one that we used to go there all the time, but we went to Ron DeShane's birthday party back in elementary school, all a bunch of us, and he tripped and he freaking knocked his head open, split his whole forehead open, man, right above the eye. He had to get stitches, man.
Did he cry or did he act like it was no big deal?
No, he kind of rolled with it a little bit. I mean, he cried a little bit, but you're not elementary school. You're gonna cry when all that blood's pouring out of your head, right?
Yeah, well, I would have had I was like a cry baby, so I would have no problem like crying. I didn't care. I had no pride. But there were some dudes. There were some people.
It just wrecked it was his birthday. That's the problem. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
That sucked. Yeah, but just again, so many different memories down there of just going down the birthday parties, skating, getting wet, all that stuff.
There was always hockey teams there. Like, there was hockey leagues that were going on there. I think like maybe the San Jose Sharks for a minute.
And I hated because when you rented skates, you got the ice skates, but all the hockey guys were wearing those hockey skates, which looked so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like a dork out there, like on these.
But you know what? No one really cared. Now that we've been through COVID, you think about that whole sharing of roller skates and ice skates. Like, that's probably completely illegal now. Like, you probably can't go to an ice skating rink and rent a pair of shoes that have been on another human.
No, I bet you still do.
Without some sort of a COVID. Like, you can probably get COVID from bad shoes.
They spray the heck out of them. They spray the heck out of them.
With what?
I don't know, but
Oh,
maybe
you don't know.
You got to do bowling shoes still.
What would they spray it with? Like
Lysol.
I know.
Lysol clear. Yeah, Lysol kills 94% of the germs.
I think it's just Lysol is just like a mask. I think it just makes them smell a little better.
4 out of 5 dentists prefer Lysol.
But as kids, we didn't even think about that. Like we didn't even think about, ew, what are
I
these
didn't care.
smelly-
Yeah, you just wanted some good laces, and then they always had extra laces, so it all came up to the top. You didn't know what to do, so you're always like double knotting, triple knotting, and quadruple knotting at the very top, just so the laces weren't hanging down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's the top cost of an ice. Besides the Zamboni machine, the top cost is probably providing skates for everybody.
There you go. Well, this is a nod. It's since we are national,
International.
we're an international show.
How sad the world is.
This is a nod to all the Icelands out there across the country, across the globe. They're probably much more fewer now than there were in the heydays because of liability. But here's a nod to all the 70s and the 1980s of going to ice skating, going to parties, getting wet, and challenging the Zamboni machines.
I was never very good. Can you imagine, Sasquatch putting on ice skates? That's a long way down, dude. When I fell, it was like the whole place saw me falling. The whole place was like, wow, did you see Sasquatch fall?
Yeah, you're like 6'9". That's a long way for your head to go.
It's a long way down. But, I was one of those guys who I may have dislocated my face. I may have, had Rambo blood coming out of my jugular. But I was like pretending like there was no pain at all.
And remember, they had all those like breaks where they do, okay, here's a skate. So they do skates where you had to hold somebody's hand.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I had to concentrate on the skating because I was going down every 2 minutes.
Then remember on anytime skating came along, like on Happy Days, Fonzie tried to skate, but he tried to be cool, but he had to hang on to the wall. People hang on to the wall, going around, all that stuff. And then if you let your ankles like twist in, just for stability, you look like a dork. So you could always knew people who knew how to skate because their feet were straight up in the air. Their ankles were tight. People who all that create that inverted V shape just for stability. Losers.
I don't care what people say. You don't overanalyze anything.
No, I didn't notice anything back in the day.
Analyze. You're no matter what they tell me about you overanalyzing things, even when it comes to like ice, I don't believe them. I have your back, bro.
Thank you very much. And don't forget the food. They had food there.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we got to thank Fernando's.
Nacho cheese.
Fernando's for these all of this yummy food we've got here.
This is really nice.
I mean, who's in charge of that? I didn't make any phone calls. Did you?
Nope, that was Daniel.
It's nice to come in here, right? Just the smell of this fresh Mexican fiesta food that we have going on here. Thank you, Fernando's, San Mateo.
That's all right.
Keep it rolling.
Yep, no margaritas this time, but that's okay. We're making it up with some what's that? A Foster's you got, and I got myself a.
Oh yeah, we got plenty. We got plenty of fluids in here. They got plenty of fluids every time. There's plenty of fluids.
Smirnoff Ice Smash. So
coming up on the big show, the Don't Listen Chumcast. Today we are going to go back to the 80s, and we're going to talk about the things that we did in the 80s that we are never going to do again.
Yeah.
There are a few of those.
There's a few of those things. That's right.
Right. We've also got Crazy Town. That's coming up a little bit later. And that's going to be interesting because what are we talking about again? Do you remember?
I remember. It's about an incident.
Oh, it is.
It's an incident.
That happened in like what, 356
It's not a person. We're not
AD.
talking about the Crazy Town has always been a person, right? No.
We're talking about the worst
year.
Worst year ever. And it's crazy, dude. It is crazy.
And it's not 1968.
No, it's like 300 AD or something like that.
We'll get to that. But yeah, put your thinking caps on, everybody.
It'll make everybody appreciate the year 2024.
There you go.
It's a different kind of chaos in 2024, but I prefer our chaos.
2024, 2025, yeah. There we go.
So that's coming up a little bit later. It's Welcome to Crazy Town. Also coming up, we'll do the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka. But right now, let's get to what happened on this day in history.
On this day in history!
On this day in history is being brought to you by Delicious Delis. And it was back in 1983. Do you remember Randolph or Mortimer?
Oh, yeah. I just watched it a couple months ago. Trading Places, baby.
That's right. Lewis Winthrop III and Eddie Murphy played Billy Ray Valentine. 1983, the movie was Trading Places.
Yeah, there you go. Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think that I went to go see this movie at the Hillsdale, and the scene that immediately pops into my head is Jamie Lee's beauty.
That's why you went.
That's why you rented it on VHS.
Yeah, that's all, right? Because she took her top off. I mean, that's what every adolescent, prepubescent child did.
And we know it's completely politically incorrect today.
But that's what you did.
Today, it's completely incorrect for any sort of commentary on a woman's body. We understand that, but we're back in time. We're going back to 1983 with this. So in 1983, everybody was commenting, why do you think Jamie Lee's tits got put into the movie?
It sold tickets.
I still remember it.
I'm telling you, this is why you watched Porky's. This is why you watched Risky Business. I mean, anything that had to do with that. This was how you got educated.
So back on this day in 1983, it was the premiere of Eddie Murphy's Breakout, which was Trading Places. Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, and the director was the great John Landis. And in 1983, we are finding ourselves smack dab in the middle of the golden era for comedy.
Yep.
This is really
it all starts.
This is the sweet spot, right? So the writers of this film actually hung out with drunk Wall Street traders to inspire the story.
Okay.
So you remember the premise, right? The premise was, rich guys that are trading on Wall Street. Dan Aykroyd kind of played the cocksucker, right? And then Eddie Murphy is this guy who has nothing on the streets.
Right.
Right? There were a lot of racial stereotypes that got played out.
That's right. And they bet $1 could they take someone off the streets and turn him into a success. And at the same time, remember, it's a double bet. It's a parlay. Not one has to happen, but then the Dan Aykroyd character has to degrade into poverty himself.
Yeah, it's great.
So and go to a life of crime. So they had to absolutely switch places. If one didn't do it, then the dollar bet was off.
So John Landis didn't even know who Eddie Murphy was, and the writers wrote the film for Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
Oh, okay.
Imagine that. And the film was supposed to be done in black and white. That was the original vision, was for it to be done in black and white with Wilder. I don't know. Black and white was a thing. It still is a thing that I don't think is capitalized on enough in film.
Well, Schindler's List, Ed Wood, right? A couple of them been done in black and white, but I don't know.
When you have color, why go black and white? Who knows? It
know.
adds something to it. But anyway, that was the original thought. That was the original premise for this whole thing was. And what's funny is that Landis didn't even know who Eddie Murphy was. So Eddie Murphy is in really the middle of his, he had done 48 Hours, but he was a stand-up comic.
Right.
Right? He wasn't on SNL, none of that. He had done 48 Hours, and John Landis, who was like this crazy, successful director, had no idea who Eddie Murphy even was.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you not know? What is his head up his ass? How do you not know who Eddie Murphy is? Landis must be
especially after 48 Hours was such a popular, film anyway. So yeah, you would have to know.
Ophelia was Jamie Lee Curtis's character's
Ophelia,
name.
that's correct.
So she's aged gracefully. Jamie Lee Curtis had done nothing but horror films. So John Landis was against having her. He didn't want her to be in the film. He didn't want her to be casted at all. But he said that she won him over because she wanted this part as a departure, right? She didn't want to continue to be in all these horror movies. And
it just led. I mean, she did it really well. Not only did she go to do a nice job, but look at what it led to. Like even to like True Lies and stuff with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the spy stuff. I mean, she did good.
I will say that Jamie Lee Curtis was so beautiful. I mean, you take in this film, which was like, hello. I mean, that was like a hello moment, right? And then she did the True Lies, like you're talking about. She also did that Jazzercise film with Stallone, where she was insanely beautiful there too.
Right.
So she's aged gracefully. I'm going to leave it there.
No, she's done well.
She's aged gracefully.
Good genes.
Great genes.
Yeah.
Great genes. Ophelia did 121 million at the box office, which was big bucks.
That's really good.
Right? And Aykroyd, the following year, this is 1983, does Trading Places. He comes back in 84 with...
Oh, Ghostbusters, right?
Who are you going to call?
I'm calling Ghostbusters. Why not? Who else are you going to call?
So Murphy, Eddie Murphy, sandwiched Trading Places with his first film that we just talked about,
48
which was
Hours.
48 Hours, right? It goes 48 Hours, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, and then Shithole. Immediate Shithole. It's immediate. It's like Best Defense. It's Golden Child.
Oh, Golden Child, yeah.
Dude, he just goes right. And then, he did two of the worst sequels. 48 Hours 2 is ranked as the worst sequel of all time.
2 was ranked worst, huh?
Worst. Beverly Hills Cop 3 is the worst in that.
That was bad.
And they're bringing that back, right?
They're doing 4 now.
Dude.
Yeah.
Mistake.
Beverly Hills Cop.
I interviewed on the radio, Judge Reinhold.
Oh, how was he?
I couldn't believe he was a movie star. He came in with like a t-shirt, man boobs, no muscle tone at all, kind of like your body.
Yeah.
And
I've used Judge Reinhold as my aspiring to look alike. Yes,
couldn't believe it. And he was promoting like B movies. At the time, he was promoting these stupid B movies that we had never heard of, right? But I couldn't believe he was so normal. I couldn't believe,
So he was nice.
He was, very nice guy, very, very nice guy. But Beverly Hills Cop, he was really funny. Like he goes underrated in Beverly Hills Cop as.
Yeah, they keep calling him Roseweed, getting his name wrong. He holds his own. Yeah, I mean, we still use so many lines from Beverly Hills Cop, right? Banana in the tailpipe.
That's right. And that was what happened on this day in history back in 1983, and it was brought to you by Delicious Delis.
SDFU and GDFO time.
How's your time in hell working now?
Three, two, one, jump!
The hot mess of a dumpster fire will continue.
Welcome back. It's the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red. He's the Shebs. And everybody wants to rule the world.
Everybody does. I don't know.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Tears for
Everybody.
Fears.
I don't care who. Yeah, Tears for Fears, but who cares, man? What a profound 80s song, right? Everybody wants to rule the world. Everybody.
Including Whetstone and His Chill.
And Trump and Biden and Obama and
Obama, come on.
Everybody's in on ruling the world.
He's retired.
So hang on, before you get to that, let me just tell them what's coming up. So stick around. We got more cowbell, which is our look back at the 80s. What are we doing there? Oh yeah, we're talking about things in the 80s that we did that we will never do again.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
That's going to be a good one.
Crazy Town. We're going to talk about the craziest day in the history of the world. That's coming up a little bit later.
Yeah. But let's and before we forget, it's nice to have Michael and Doug here from Whetstone. They flew in today. Both came in today. They were gone.
No, they did not. They've been here overnight. They got in last night.
They said today.
All right.
They got in last night.
Who paid for the plane tickets?
I don't know. Probably Whetstone.
Probably us.
I don't know. Doug's been moonlighting back in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Stupid stuff. And then thank you, of course, Evan. We got Daniel there, Marcio, Eric, and then, of course, Rachel, who is keeping the show together. So let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Let's ramble, babble, examine. Let's kick around. Let's get to it. The Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka is changing a little bit today, but here it is. This is the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka.
Oh yeah, the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka.
And it's being brought to you by Banners and More. And look, I just took it on my own today. We're going
No cards.
No cards. I just wanted to talk about this.
I was just going to laugh because the fishbowl was not near us.
I've been having these. I've always been a dreamer, but I've been having these crazy dreams since my dad passed away.
Oh.
Like repeatedly, like he's like in everything. He's like in
Coming to say hi to you.
One of the most recent dreams that I had was that like we were in a car. It's like a cameo from him like being in a car with me to him being gagged and handcuffed and being attacked by gangsters. I have all this crazy stuff that's going on. So I was inspired to do a little research on my own and talk a little bit about dreams.
Okay. I mean, we all have them. Do we all remember them?
I think everybody is fascinated. I don't remember all my dreams, but I think there's a little bit of fascination with that because we don't know enough. It's really difficult to do any kind of a study on dreams.
I mean, it's a hit and miss for me, right? Like I think, like everybody, sometimes I remember them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I know I dreamed because sometimes you wake up feeling exhausted.
Yeah, dreams are such a freaking trip, dude. Sometimes they feel like they're so real. Sometimes they scare the shit out of you, and then other times they seem to be exciting, and then sometimes they don't make any sense at all.
No.
I have those all the time too.
They're supposed to, but aren't they supposed to be telling us something? Isn't that your subconscious working through stuff?
I don't know. Like I said, there's been a lot of studies, but it's really difficult to put together, a really true. The dreams, dude. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do a study on dreams?
I mean, I don't know.
So Carl Jung
have people sleep and then ask them questions when they wake up.
We'll get to this. Freud
hook them up with radioactive nodes in their head.
Well, Freud and Carl Jung tried to do it, but look. It's a universal human experience. These dreams, and no one is immune. Everyone's going to have them, right? But what does it mean or say about us when we dream? Great question, right? Something's going on. That's all I can say. I think it would be cool. I think it would be seriously cool if we could control them. Like if we had like dream channels in our head, like you go from dream VH1 to dream porn to dream, right?
Pick and choose and go where you want to go, right?
Yeah, but when we fall asleep, it's all a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
You never know, right? And I know people that really suffer with insomnia, right? That really suffer can't sleep at all, right? Fortunately for me, I don't have that problem. And unfortunately for me, when I remember a dream, when I get into a dream, dreams can wake me up. They can be so vivid to me that I get insomnia. Well, I don't get insomnia. I can still go back to sleep, but they'll wake me up. I'll think they're so real that they'll wake me up.
Oh. What about the classic falling off a cliff?
The reoccurring. Have you had reoccurring dreams?
I've fallen before. Yeah, I mean,
it's reoccurring dreams.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I have,
dude. I have this reoccurring dream where when I was a kid, I would wake up every morning because I was falling off of like the Grand Canyon. Like I was falling off this cliff.
Chill would like to thank you for that loud.
I could feel it. I could feel it in my stomach. I could feel the whole like real fall.
Have you ever fallen out of your bed and wake up with your stomach dropping that you're falling off a cliff?
You've done that?
I've done that as a kid.
Oh my God, I've never done that.
Yeah, and where the stomach's dropping. I mean, I don't know how much falling. There's two kind of bad dreams I had. One, again, as the kid, riding on the back of a motorcycle. They take off real fast. I fall off. I'm rolling, go off this cliff, falling down into this huge canyon, straight on down.
Yeah,
I stiffen up. I put on these. I realize I can put on some air brakes, and I stop, and I get down to this dark valley with this bar that's lit up, and I go. As a kid, I go into this bar, and there's people at the bar, but there's all this well with like a sunken well area for seating and stuff, but it's all full of fog, and I step into it like I'm drowning, and then I wake up. That's one.
Wow, that's a hell of a one there.
But a recent one is and this is for everybody on the peninsula, the old the Hillsdale train station, right? Because it has that kind of long view of trains coming, right? As we look down the track towards San Mateo and San Francisco, that direction, you could see trains coming. Well, I'm sitting there at the train station. All of a sudden, the train light starts coming. And you see the train slowly coming towards us, and as it gets closer, the wind picks up. And the wind gets windier and windier and windier. And pretty soon I'm having to grab onto the station itself to hold myself. The wind is blowing me onto the tracks, wants to push me onto the tracks. And pretty soon my feet are off the ground like I'm in a tornado, struggling as the train's coming towards the station. Yeah.
Does that wake you up?
Yeah, it woke me up.
Yeah. So are you eating gummies before you go to bed?
No.
Okay.
No
gummies that you're willing to admit.
Those are just two examples. I mean, you did your falling. I didn't. I had mine.
Yeah. Well, there's no judging when it comes to dreams, right? Because it is what it is. It's a roll of the dice, right?
I can't wait. Send me some your thoughts. Tell me what was actually what's really my problem.
Well, I think that Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung tried studies, and they wrote these theories. But from a medical perspective, from a medical perspective here, dreams are still an absolute mystery. And they're really hard, like I was saying, they're really hard to analyze because actually, like you were asking, most dreams are not remembered.
Yeah, and they happen during the REM sleep, right? Don't they happen at certain types of sleep, or no?
I don't know. Are you asking me these fucked up questions because you're trying to trip me up?
No, I'm just trying to think.
I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that. I'm not the professor on Gilligan's Island. I don't know all these answers, but that's a very interesting question.
Way to come prepared.
Maybe they're... I love it when you drill me like that, dude. So maybe there's somebody out there listening that can answer that question for us, because we're getting tons of emails these days because the Haterade is free. The Haterade is free. They're drinking all this Haterade, and then they're emailing us.
The Google machine says the REM sleep is the stage of sleep when most dreams occur.
Okay, so you had a point.
I came with some knowledge.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not taking it away from you. I just didn't, I was a little offended. I got a little sensitive because I didn't figure that out for myself.
All right, keep going.
But the bottom line with dreams is that most everything sleep related is speculated or theorized. There's not like a real hardcore way to really figure it out. So one theory from Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud was based on stress levels and brain activity. Mm-hmm. So increased pulse, that perhaps dreams may help us manage our emotions, right? They may be helping us get our emotions out on some sort of a level, right? They say that more stress equals more dreams. Cultural involvement is also theorized. Studies say that those from the same countries, the same regions, the same cultures may have very similar, what they call, quote unquote, night visions.
Okay.
The meaning of your dream this is the most impactful statement that I'm going to make in a bunch of unimpactful statements. But the meaning of your dream is the meaning that you give it. You were talking, everybody wants to try and, oh, you're this, or, oh, your dream means you're this, or it means that. No, it's only the meaning that the individual who has that dream gives it. Right? Oh, I'm a crook. Dude, I had this dream where I held up a 7-Eleven. Okay, well, if you feel like you're a crook, you're a crook. But it's the meaning that you give it.
All right. Is you talked about your loss of your dad and you dream more about your dad. Is that
every night?
What do you attribute it to? You just working through it, just the kind of part of the morning process? And
yeah, I think that it's it's like just different parts of your consciousness, right? So we're not completely unconscious when we're sleeping, right? I think you're still fairly conscious. And I can tell you that since my dad passed away, I wake up thinking about him and I go to bed thinking about him. Yeah. There's nothing, it's a constant. So if I wasn't having dreams about him, I would be more alarmed than having dreams about him. But talk about the reoccurring dream. The reoccurring dream that I had as a kid was falling off a cliff and waking up in the morning all freaked out. Now the reoccurring dreams that I have are different reoccurring dreams, not the same, but my dad is like, I'll be having sex with a girl and my dad he'll show up. Right? I'll be I'll be at Kmart for the blue light special and my dad will be like, at the cash register.
Oh, okay.
It's just, he might be in there for 2 seconds. He might like poke his head in there or whatever, but it's reoccurring.
Okay.
So, so we're getting into this. So here's the common themes for falling is number one on the list.
Okay.
Falling is the number one.
Pretty common for across the board. Huh?
Theme. Yep.
Okay.
And then you've got being chased. Oh my God.
Yeah, being chased, right?
That used to happen to me all the time. Being you're just scared to death. You're hiding behind trees.
Yeah,
they're gonna fall. Then you go to a bush.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you realize you have superpowers. You can institute a cloaking device.
Oh yeah. Dying is another one.
Really?
Yep. Teeth falling out.
I only remember dying once in a dream.
I never died.
And I knew it was a dream, so I thought I'd go for it and let it happen. And then I realized it kind of scared me and woke me up.
Teeth falling out is a weird one.
No, never had that one.
How about being naked in public?
Yeah, or at school. Yeah, I've had that.
Oh man, being naked in public is like my favorite dream.
Now, is your favorite dream?
Yeah, because everybody wigs out. They're like, "Whoa, that guy is too sexy for this world."
No,
that's a dream.
It's pretty vulnerable, baby.
It's a dream, though.
Yeah,
I'm Lung Duck Donger.
I don't know. There's no place to. It's hard to move your slide rule in math class. When you're naked. I'm just telling you that much.
Pregnancy is another dream that people have. Flying, like you can fly.
I've had that a couple times.
I have too. I've had the flying one is actually pretty cool. Like you're up in the clouds, like all those Charmin, all that Charmin toilet paper is up there in the clouds with you. It's all soft and gently and freaking.
I've had myself in planes I have no idea. I'm not even checked out in. I don't know know what to do, but they're telling me to take off. Yeah.
Sex and cheating is on the list.
Oh, okay.
Cheating. Never had that. I've never had one about my girlfriend cheating. I've had it in real life, but I've never had it in a dream.
Yeah, it doesn't apply. Yeah,
because you don't have a girlfriend.
Well, I'm just saying it. Just that I don't think that ever. No. Okay.
But I'm glad that you're contemplating it because
I'm just trying to remember.
Most dreams are not remembered.
Yeah. Okay.
Got to remember that. You can hang your hat on that one. So unable to find a toilet.
Yeah, but then you wake up, you got to go real bad, right? Yeah. And sometimes as a kid, also you wake up and you actually went. Get the rubber mattress covers out.
Another one, the last one I'm going to rattle off here is crashing a car and failing exams. I'll throw in failing exams, failing tests.
I haven't this one. So anyway.
So somebody figures out a tangible scientific answer to this. Please let us know. You can
send us.
Drop us a line.
Go to the website. Don'tListenChumcast.com.
So what spawned this whole thing was just that I've been having all these dreams about Dad. Yeah. So that was just what spawned. I'm like, dude, where are these dreams coming from? So screw the we don't have to do the fishbowl. But every fucking episode, we do not have to do the fishbowl. Like we can just do whatever.
I think the fishbowl's a nice thing. It keeps us on its toe. It's like being a live band and people yelling out requests. Keeps you on your toes.
That was the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka, and it was brought to you by our friends at Banners and More.
The Don't Listen Basic Chumcast.
This mind virus is no joke.
This is how we party.
Nothing, but a whole lot of nothing burger right here. Don't listen.
Welcome back to the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red. He's the Shebs. We are inside the Belmont Iceland Studios. Slide, slippity slide. And dude, seriously,
I tried to eat a taco during the dance party, the 30-second dance party.
Seriously,
it's hard. It's hard.
That looks awesome. Though,
I didn't want to
waste.
waste. So anyway, it's good. It's good food, man.
So we in that break we were talking about the t-shirts that I just got from Amazon. Dude, I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this like moonwalk t-shirt right now, and I got this.
It's an astronaut moonwalking. It's clever, real clever.
Very clever.
Yeah.
And I got this other one.
If you had kids, they'd be proud.
They would be very proud. And I might have kids. We just don't know.
Oh,
we don't
think
know.
about that.
They could be somewhere roaming around. You
got some. You have
Sasquatches.
You have some deposits at the bank.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, and I got another one that's like a skeleton playing a guitar like Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, nice.
I'm very proud of my t-shirts.
No, you're good.
Like in the break, we're talking about how I don't give a shit about what anybody else says,
right?
Or what anybody else cares. It doesn't matter. But one thing that you run into, I do want to bring this up real quick because we got to get to the emails. We got to get to Holla.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
And
up.
we got to get to more cowbell is coming up in just a second. Oh. But we also got the worst day in the history of the world.
Oh, that's Crazy Town.
That's coming up. But I do want to say this. What is Crazy Town a little bit is that I'm 6'6". So and I'm about 230 pounds on a good day. Who knows? 230 pounds. So I used to be like an XXL, right? But now if you order an XXL on Amazon, it's not an XXL.
Were they balloon? They're over.
No. It's like tiny. It's
too small.
Right. XXL. Right. So the XXL is not the XXL. So you go with the XXXL, which is a bit of a.
Don't they call it 3XL?
There's an emotional thing to having to go to the XXXXL.
People always had that. That was on a Seinfeld episode. He kept adjusting his jean size on the.
So this is an XXXL.
It's a 3X.
And I had to wash it in hot water and dry it in the dryer to get it to fit. And I can't get anything to fit anymore. So it takes us back to the 80s, right? When you would have to go to a store, go into the dressing rooms, try them on, figure out if they fit.
I hate
it too.
Clothes. I'd rather just buy what I think is going to work or buy 2 of them, try them on at home, figure it out, and then take it back the next day.
I think everybody hates
which I don't want. I hate changing rooms.
I think chicks kind of dig it. Chicks kind of dig the whole.
I don't know. I mean, it's just
changing room thing.
And you have to, if you have to do it, you have to get in some sweats. You got to get some easy clothes to get on and off. Just hate it.
We got sidetracked. So the more cowbell is being brought to us today by Patriots Way Apparel.
More cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
And today on More Cowbell, we're going to talk about the things in the 80s that we did that are extinct, that we're never going to be able to do again. And at the top of the list, watch MTV videos after school. That's over.
They didn't even put videos on it.
I don't think so. I think
it's not even
it's
thing.
ridiculousness for like it's ridiculousness with the Rob Dietrich guy.
Over and over and over and over.
Right.
And they keep playing them.
And the other, I think that's about it. I don't see anything else.
They put on like 80 videos and stuff like this, but it's at night and stuff. I mean, you could watch that, but it's not like
the videos are over.
It's not what we experienced.
What we grew up with. That's right. And same thing for Jazzercise. Jazzercise was what made me first love Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's right.
She did that Jazzercise movie with Travolta.
And then don't forget Jane Fonda. Her she had the whole step, that you could put blocks under and step up and down, and
Jane Fonda was money too.
Yeah, she was good.
Go look at. Hey, pull up a picture of Jane Fonda.
All right, Jane Fonda.
I need some inspiration. So that's another one. Jazzercise, top of the list. Jazzercise and MTV videos after school is not happening. We're not going to make any more mixtapes. I remember the mixtape situation was like for girls that I had crushes on, or for girls that see how beautiful she is, dude, smoking. Just look at that. Look at that smoking hot Jane Fonda in her little pink Jazzercise outfit.
This is the Jane Fonda's easygoing workout.
Yeah, we need a
videotape, VHS.
We need to get rid of the Leif Garrett and throw the Jane Fonda poster, or just get the Jane Fonda poster on top of it.
Speaking of that, no one's going to ask you, is it VHS or beta?
I never did beta. It was always VHS.
I got beta by accident.
I didn't. Never did. So mixtapes. I used to make mixtapes for girls that I had a crush on.
Really?
Right? Oh yeah, I used to, and it never got me laid. It never got me anywhere. But mixtapes, I did actually eventually end up making mixtapes for myself to put in my Walkman.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
You have a history with mixtapes?
No, never made.
Well, then you're not going to miss it because it's not coming back. It's gone like the T-Rex.
No, I didn't really ever make mixtapes. I got some, but just by accident. I think people left it.
Okay,
car.
that's a quality response. We're never going to.
That's how I learned Prince's Raspberry Beret. It was on a mixtape.
Oh, good.
Yeah, just there's some knowledge there.
All right, you're kind of bringing yourself a little. There's a little saving of yourself there. So rent a video. We're not going to rent a video, and we're not going to Be Kind Rewind. That's not happening. There's going to be no more shoulder pads.
Yeah, there's not like in some hole in the wall place somebody's wearing shoulder pads.
That was just like a little.
They're out.
That was a quickie.
I bet you they come back. I bet you that's the fashion that will come back.
I don't think women are going to be into
mark
shoulder
the tape.
pads.
Is chill. Mark the tape.
All right, mark it. We want some shoulder pads coming back. We got another one on the list. Is we're not going to buy any cassettes from Columbia House.
Oh, Columbia House. Yeah,
I think they're
great
still.
Deals.
I think they're trying to. I'm still in collections. I think from Columbia.
Oh, really?
House.
Yeah. Making your 38-cent monthly payment.
That might be the greatest scam of all time.
There you go.
1 cent. 1 cent.
Oh.
2 pennies.
Yeah.
1 cent.
Yeah.
Buy your things for
marketing.
Columbia House. So that's over. And let's see. Oh, we can. There's no more skipping wearing your seatbelts. So now the seatbelt's automatically pretty much.
You can't throw somebody in that middle seat on a bench seat truck like we used to do. Yeah.
And we can't. Damn it. We can't smoke our cigarettes.
Can't smoke on planes.
I can't smoke in grocery stores.
Ain't gonna happen. I can't smoke on airplanes like this. And speaking of airplanes, you can't walk down just to go watch airplanes at the gate anymore. You have to be a ticketed passenger.
Oh, I
used to do that.
Tightening it up.
I was an airplane freak. And remember when you would get seat assignments, you check in at the counter at the front, and they had stickers.
Yeah.
They had a map of the airplane, had stickers. They put sticker on your boarding pass. They don't do that anymore.
Flying on an airplane is bullshit, dude. It used to be decent, but now it's like getting on a Greyhound bus. It's like the equivalent of getting on a Greyhound bus, bro. It got you.
How about emergency break-in phone calls? Do you think those still happen?
Oh, man, that was cool.
You did that once to me at the Belmont Theater.
Did I go, beep, I got to go.
No, you called them to come and yell in the theater. We have an emergency phone call for...
Oh, yeah.
And I had to walk out there, and I thought, oh, something happened. Like, Mom, Dad, something happened? And it was you. Dude, I'm just not going to make it.
Yeah, what movie was it?
Oh, I don't remember. But it's like, you called me out of the theater for this?
Yeah.
You said you just weren't going to make it? But actually, in hindsight, that's very considerate of you.
Very considerate.
Because back in the day, if someone didn't show, someone didn't show. What about phone credit cards? Does anybody have an AT&T credit card for collect calls and stuff, for phone calls?
Oh, yeah, MCI.
All that stuff. Phone credit cards. That was good.
Oh, you're looking at some notes. What else you got? I'm not looking at anything except for Jane Fonda.
I didn't know we were, and I just thought, but then TV Guide. Got to find a program. What's happening on TV Guide?
TV Guide is toilet paper. I mean, there's no TV Guide. Dude, I remember the TV Guide was the shiznit.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like that was like right at the lazy boy chair next to the cable thing and everything. You were figuring it out with TV Guide.
I'm telling you, TV Guide. That was.
But we don't have to worry about that because now there's nothing on TV anyway.
Nope.
Ridiculousness is on MTV with Jersey Shore. These guys that are 45 years old that are on Jersey Shore that are on MTV. Drinking the Haterade.
Well, I'm telling you, I think you can definitely back in the day, if you wanted to, like if you get out of high school or get out of college, you want to get lost, you could get lost. People, you could disappear.
Nice.
You could disappear. Now people, you're just connected. Everybody's connected via somewhere or the other for the most part, and people can track you down.
The big one we missed here is dropping quarters in a payphone.
Dropping dimes.
Dropping dimes.
Even Bon Jovi, he's old enough. Like he has songs where he's saving dimes for the telephone, right? I mean, yeah, dropping dimes. And
how about calling popcorn?
Calling popcorn, right? And in the previous episode, we talked about dialing popcorn, and then that blank space in between where you yell your phone number out and get hooked up with other people. The whole thing there. Or about on the old cable boxes trying to find the dirty channels were scrambled, and if you hit it enough times, sometimes the scrambled kind of gave you a pretty good picture. You don't have to do that anymore.
That's super creepy.
I'm just saying, you don't have to do that anymore. Nothing's scrambled anymore.
What about riding in the back of your Toyota truck? There's no more riding in the back of trucks.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Did you ever have a bunch of people in the back of the Toyota? Yeah, we did that a lot.
Yeah.
We did that for Carmel Vice all the time.
All the time for the big movie. Yeah. Yeah, we were throwing around everybody.
All right, so that's a look back at the greatest decade ever. More cowbell. And I want you guys just to keep in mind that the 80s weren't a time period, but a state of mind.
Don't listen, it's a mind virus.
Pass me more of that damn awesome sauce.
Follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and let's get stupid.
Welcome back to the big show.
It's a big show, and
God, you just keep talking. You need to do more talking when the mics are open than when we're taking a break.
No, well, I prefer.
You're going to tell the Jane Fonda story? Everybody wants to know.
No, that was.
Everybody wants to know. Tell the story about Jane Fonda's tits.
I think I remember a movie back in the 80s that she was in where she took her shirt off.
And that was called?
Rollover. I think it's called Rollover.
And it was with who?
I think Chris Christopherson.
See, there are people that would love to look that up and would love to see it. I personally would love to see that movie because I heard the plot is outstanding.
It's an American political thriller drama directed by Alan Pakula. Who cares? And Chris, good knowledge. I remembered it.
See?
Yeah.
You need to bring this stuff when the mic is on.
The mic is on right now.
Well, that's because I called you on it.
Well, anyway.
So coming up, we're going to do the emails, and they're a little bit ugly.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, we're doing the...
Is that a surprise?
They're not emails.
Is that a surprise?
No, it's not, but it's just part of our lives, and it's from Facebook. So, we started doing these Facebook DMs.
Yeah.
And now we're getting these DMs on Facebook that are like from people that I don't even know if they're people.
But the Mountain called. They're happy with us.
They are very
the Mountain
happy
back in Virginia. Yeah, the Mountain 101.5 FM.
I don't know how they could possibly. They are far better than us.
We're
everything
we're
they do
owning
on the Mountain.
The Sunday late nights back in the East Coast. We are owning that night. That is such a popular time slot.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is. But everything about the Mountain is far better than anything that we bring to the plate.
Yes.
So it's a privilege.
Yeah, we're lucky to be there.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
All right, so Crazy Town is being brought to you today by our friends at Guns, Ammo, and More.
Let's go to Crazy Town.
Welcome to Crazy Town. All aboard!
All right, welcome back. It's the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red.
You're starting all over?
Yeah. I got to get all this stuff organized. So listen, I want them to stick around for the whole thing, right?
This is Crazy Town.
Oh, yeah, but the emails are coming up too. I mean,
you already said that.
The DMs.
Where did you just go? Where you just went off the rails?
Well, I got a couple of people throwing some cards in front of me here.
All right.
You got to give me a break. I'm in charge.
We're at the worst year.
At least I think I'm
ever.
in charge. Yeah, worst year ever. Now, this is crazy, right? Like, so Hemingway, I thought that was the top of the mountain.
I was thinking that was pretty good, yeah, especially all the plane crashes. Yeah.
Okay, so this craziness, it was a minute ago. It was 536 AD.
536 AD.
And it was the worst day in the history of the planet. And
we know this for a fact.
Yeah, you won't believe it's real. You won't even believe it's real when I get into this.
I'm putting that in the Google engine.
When you think you have people need to grab their pens, lick them like Thomas Jefferson, lick the pen, get your pad ready, and write this stuff down, because when you think you're having a bad day, this is the stuff you need to remember.
Okay, lay it on me. Here we go.
Okay, so there was a total eclipse that lasted for 18 months. 18 months of a total eclipse. No sun. They have no idea where this is coming from.
Eclipse is like the moon blocking the sun.
Dude, the light...
That doesn't happen for 18 months. Something else had to happen.
Well, the light, what I'm understanding so far is that the best light that you could get at that time was a shadow. There was nothing. There was zero. It destroyed plants, crops, and you're right. Okay, I tried to build up a little bit of suspense, but you're right. They're thinking this was a volcanic eruption that spread ash all over the planet. That's what connected to the eclipse.
Okay, so the eclipse of the sun. There was an ash cloud that covered the sun, but over the whole planet.
Over the whole planet, yeah.
Geez.
So it was like a monster, right? And you think it's no big deal, right? We can get through this. It'll wash over tomorrow. Well, back in those days, all they did was drink wine, and there's no grapes and there's no wine because all the crops got knocked out. Either way, with no direct sunlight, no plants, no crops, dude, no bueno.
Can I just say, I'm just looking up the 6th century England historical page, and they mark off 536 AD
See,
as extreme weather events likely cause great famine and a
don't spoil
decline.
it.
I'm just saying this is actually you're not lying here.
That's right. Vitamin D was something nobody got. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself again. So see, every once in a while with me, the dementia kicks in. I'm pre-dementia. I mean, I'm
already.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there are signs on the wall that I'm going down, Chinatown. I'm going down, dude. I'm going down. Like I just repeated the whole thing. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's ugly. And then I forgot what I was just saying. So either way, no direct sunlight, no plants, right? No bueno. So hello, global famine. And there's cold. The average temperature is 36 degrees. Vitamin D deprivation led to plagues, piles of dead bodies washed up from the oceans, leading to massive stench, which, you're used to. You're used to at this point. You like your own stench. I don't like it. I don't like it. But massive stench. These bodies are all washing up over the place. Piles of bodies on land. 50 million people died.
Jeez.
Is that what it says? I'm making it up.
England couldn't even get organized. The first king of England didn't happen until 827. So this is all back before there was any sort of organization. I mean, the Romans were around, but England was not. It was
75% of the total population went down.
Oh, man.
Right? They're washing up. They're washing up with the tide.
Were these
they're
one volcano or a real big one?
The whole planet smells like dead bodies. We don't know. I don't even know who wrote this down. But it rained dust, yellow ash from the sky. The cause, a volcanic eruption. They're saying that this happened in or near Iceland or North America.
That's been active over the past several months, yeah.
So it could have possibly been the volcano that created Iceland and North America.
Maybe.
Right? Because that's what created everything.
Yeah,
right?
but I think that happened before that, but there you go. There you go.
The Roman Empire, you were just talking about that. In Constantinople? How do I say that?
Constantinople.
Okay, let's try it again. Constantinople.
Constantinople.
Constantinople. Constantinople.
Yeah.
Lost 65 of the population.
65 people?
With sickness, uprising.
65%.
And everybody went crazy without the sun.
Yeah.
Everybody went completely.
What's that vitamin you
AWOL.
get? Vitamin D? What do you get from the sun?
Yeah, vitamin D.
You need that.
I go crazy without sun.
Yeah, you got to get some. And you're redhead too. I
still need it.
You drink it.
Vitamin D, I need it. El Nino weather system warmed the water, right? So the El Nino hit. It had all kinds of these effects, right? So it led to floods and more carnage. So so they did these studies, these Icelandic tree rings, where the scientists found the proof that this actually happened. And they could pinpoint the date. That's how they were able to pinpoint the date and the catastrophes.
Okay.
Right? So that is Icelandic, sounds like bullshit. Icelandic tree rings were studied. And that's how they figured it out.
Okay.
Are you buying that?
I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if that's what they did, that's what they did. But it's pretty. I mean, there's some cross-referencing I'm seeing here that's pretty consistent with what you're saying. I think it's, yeah.
Bottom line is, the next time you think you're having a bad day, I hope people are writing this down, because you need to be grateful for what we have today, because we don't have anything compared to what they had back then.
No, people in Pompeii thought they had a bad day. Try 536 AD.
And that was Welcome to Crazy Town, and was brought to you by our friends at Guns, Ammo, and More.
The Don't Listen Basic Chumcast.
Yo, fellas, drop the beat.
Just a bunch of time we'll never get back. Don't listen.
The rambling, the babbling, the examining, and the kicking around.
Oh, that's clever.
It's almost over.
It's almost over.
It's the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red. He's the Shebs. We're inside the Belmont Iceland Studios. We're calling it quits right after we read these Facebook DMs that have left us with a mark.
Oh, there you go.
Holla! 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 Holla!
We're going to start with Ed in Boise. He says, you guys sound great on the mountain. We do sound great on the mountain.
He's in Boise?
It's pretty cool the way that's like old school radio, right? Like you have all this great music, and then you have a show.
Yeah, we got.
And then you have, it does sound a lot better.
We got like what? The Grateful Dead leading us, precedes us.
So that's the mountain.live/stream Sunday nights at 8 o'clock.
Just do mountain.live. You'll see where to hit. And you can, 8 o'clock out on the West Coast, 11 p.m. on the East Coast. If you're coming off the Grateful Dead Power Hour, stay stoned and you'll have a much easier time listening to us.
And that's 8 o'clock every Sunday night, right?
On the West Coast. Yeah.
Okay. You're in charge of that, you know.
I'm not in charge of that.
You and Chris at the mountain.
Oh, no. We communicate, but he's in charge of that.
So Ed from Boise goes on to say that we sound great on the mountain, and that it convinced me to kick down $100. Pull that up. These guys all lie about connecting us with some money.
All right. Well, hang on.
Okay, so let's go. The episodes, this is a new one. This is all from Facebook DM. So our Facebook page is called Don't Listen Chumcast. You can follow us there, and that's where you send your love letters.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, so this is all Facebook stuff.
Yeah. The episodes just keep getting better. This is Jay from Chicago. But we're still waiting for you to let us interview you idiots for our podcast.
Oh.
So let's fill in the crickets of the audience. So we do get these random requests from people who are hosting their own podcasts.
We're part of a podcast network as well. So
right. And you know, it's like, okay, yeah, but how we have jobs, we have personal lives, we have all this stuff going on. We're going to have to carve out a little bit of time to do it.
We don't have much. I mean, what are we going to say? Oh, the 80s, man.
They ask the questions, we just fire back.
Okay.
And hopefully we can
well, I like interviews because I'm like I'm the teller to your pen.
There you go.
I keep my mouth shut.
So then you line this, because this dude Jay's been after us for a little bit of time.
And there is an Edward here for $100.
So,
by the way,
there's
an Edward. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, right there.
Huh.
Yeah, he's real.
All right, dude. I'm sorry.
Cha-ching.
I apologize. Okay. So Jay from Chicago, keep reminding us, and eventually we promise that we will do an interview with you on your podcast. Now, here's one that's more real. You guys are talentless hacks. This is from Anna in Fort Lauderdale, but you do make us laugh. $10 is all you're getting. Okay, pull her up. Anna from Fort Lauderdale. Pull her up.
I'm looking.
She's saying $10. So Anna, I'm not taking. I believe you. Let's just see what the proof shows. So here's one.
Anna for 25.
25. She doesn't even realize how much money she's giving us.
Dude, we have to refund her.
She's screwed that up.
We have to refund her.
So got to take this. You guys got to take this thing to video. This is from Raul from Madrid, so Spain.
Is Chill can do that. We just have chosen not to this point. But yeah.
Who cares how ugly you two guys are? You gotta just go find a girl or two and a camera, or you can just use your phones.
We are not attractive.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're old men. He's saying bring on a girl or two and buy a camera, or you can just use your phones.
We have some guests that are supposed to come on this season, but we'll see what happens.
He says we got to take it to the next level. And that was Holla, and was brought to you by Gold, Silver, and more.
That's it then. Nice. Show's over.
That's it. That was a very good show. I don't think we did too shabby.
No, I think it's Chill. Thumbs up. Whetstone, thumbs up. What's this middle? What's this mean?
Oh, you know what that means.
It's kind of side thumb.
All right, so that's the Chumcast. We will check you the next time. If you're depressed and overwhelmed, please don't do anything you're going to regret. Call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 866-903-3787. And remember, everything that we want is on the other side of fear.
Bye, Felicia.
Don't listen. A Basic Chumcast has been an exclusive presentation of Whetstone Entertainment in association with Is Chill Productions. Subscribe, follow, like, and share us while on your favorite social media hangouts and our YouTube channel. We're not into begging, but if you like us, review us and support us by continuing to check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. Find more fun and hit us with your feedback at don'tlistenchumcast.com.
Yeah, that's fantastic.